Warning. This audiobook contains scenes that include child abuse and murder. Viewers' discretion is advised. Kai's view.
What had seemed like a light purple space faded into a white room, one that was real. Teleporting with Zoe has always been smooth. Teleportation is something the position Ghost can do. Zoe hasn't gotten that position, but she could always teleport. It was just a part of her skill pack. Now that I think of it, I couldn't sense Zoe and Malcolm on my tracker with my Seeker ability. Malcolm and Zoe both aren't ghosts. Maybe they gained the position? I'm happy to see them, but this is leaving me with way too many questions. After a purple space left my vision, I started looking around. I see we are in a room with a set of bunk beds that have white sheets and white pillows. The walls are white and the floors are white. The room reminds me of a hospital in some ways. Mostly how white it is and how the doors are. The doors to the room are open, showing, of course, white hallways. All the white that is around here is a bit dizzying. When I look closer at each of the bunks, I see personal items tucked by the beds, things like stuffed animals and clothing. Some beds even have pictures on the walls next to them. The white walls and floors look like kids were here, with all of the colorful stains on them. At least it isn't too blinding. This place feels nice. It feels like a home, a feeling I haven't had since the rampage of death that happened 5 years ago.
Welcome to the lab.
Zoe says. The lab? I ask.
This place used to be a lab. Some of it still is, but the rest turned into a sanction for kids like us.
Zoe explains to me.
It's home to everyone here.
Everyone? I ask. Who else is here?
You'll meet them when we show you around.
I hear Malcolm say. I almost jump and turn to see his cheeky face staring at me.
Why do you look so frightened? It's just me.
Malcolm says, laughing. You came out of nowhere, I tell him.
I thought you were a great seeker. Where did that go?
Malcolm asks. Both of you are not being picked up by me. It's weird, I tell him.
Oh, right.
Malcolm chuckles. What? I ask.
We are both ghosts now. He's just laughing because he thought you were a better seeker than our ghost abilities.
Zoe tells me. Well, that answers my question.
Come on, let's show you around.
Zoe starts walking out the door of the room and I follow her.
I'm gonna go find Magnus.
Malcolm says, and he walks off, going down one of the many hallway sections. Who's Magnus? I ask.
You'll find out later.
Zoe tells me. She walks off in a different direction than where Malcolm went, and I follow, not knowing what else to do. We go through white halls that are a mess. She leads me to a room past all the twists and turns that is the hallways. When we go in, I can tell it's a dining hall. There are tables and a serving place in the back. It reminds me of a school cafeteria, but empty. The only people in there are two people playing a card game and us. One of them seems to be a girl. She looks about 14 and has long red hair in a braid. Her eyes are also red. She has on a simple red dress paired with a vest. I'm going to take a guess her favorite color is red. The boy sitting across from her has blue medium-length hair and blue eyes. He is wearing blue jeans and a blue t-shirt.
This is the cafeteria. It's where we eat meals. It also used to be a hangout, mostly by those two.
Zoe says, gesturing to the boy and girl. The girl in red sees me and Zoe and gets out of her seat abruptly, causing her seat to fall over.
Zoe, is that your brother?
The red girl asks in the most hyper voice I have ever heard in my life. She walks over to us without even picking up her chair. The guy in blue gets up, pushing in his chair before going over to the other side of the table and picking up the red girl's chair for her.
Yes, this is my brother.
Zoe tells the red girl.
Cool, I'm Endorsa. Deal with a complicated name. You'll get it later.
The red girl says, and Dorsa sticks out her hand. I slowly grab her hand, unsure what to do. I tell her.
Cool.
She says. Is cool her favorite word or something? And Dorsa points behind her.
That's John. He's shy. He's my twin.
Twin? I ask. They don't look anything alike, or even like they could be related.
We're fraternal, obviously. We're the opposite gender of each other.
And Dorsa says, like it's the only reason they don't look alike. But I get stopped in mid-sentence by Zoe.
Don't ask.
She tells me.
Wanna play with me and John?
And Dorsa asks.
I have to show him around.
Zoe tells her before I can peep a word.
Then, can I come?
And Dorsa asks.
No.
Zoe says straight up, and Dorsa glares at her before walking back to her seat. Zoe walks the other way and out the door. I follow her, not wanting to be left behind in a place that I can't get around, and with 2 people I just met. What was that about? I ask her.
Dorsa is too energetic for me.
Zoe tells me. I raise an eyebrow. I was almost that energetic when I was younger, I tell her.
But you're my brother. I had to deal with you.
Zoe says with a smirk. We continue going down the confusing white hallways. Zoe shows me the courtyard, which is just an inside courtyard, with 2 basketball hoops and the ceiling painted as sky. She also shows me the bathrooms. They are near the room we started off in, which is the bedroom. She then leads me to another door.
This is the training room,
Zoe says. She pushes open the door and I look around the huge room. Some of the room has weights and treadmills, like a gym. I can also see a huge lap pool. The things most people won't find normal is the targets, fight dummies, and a pile of random heavy things. The most unusual is probably the thing that looks like an obstacle course. It contains a lot of bars, lasers, a lot of tech stuff, big and small obstacles, more tech, a rock hung above it, and, yet again, even more tech. At least it looks like randomly placed technology. The thing looks like an explosion of mess and a masterpiece at the same time.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Zoe asks. Yeah, I say, still stunned. Zoe leads me back to the bedroom and shows me a bed I can take. Is there only 2 other kids here other than you and Malcolm? I ask Zoe.
No, there is one more. Her name is Mabel. She's 10.
Zoe says. Where is she then? I ask Zoe.
Probably at some ice cream shop in town, knowing her.
Wait, you guys are just allowed to leave? I ask, shocked and startled. While we were walking through the halls, Zoe explains that everyone here was incarnated by the guy who runs this place.
Yeah, I mean, who would want to be cooped up here?
Well, I guess that's true, I respond. There are so few kids here. I wonder who runs the place. He must be a nice guy.
Malcolm's view.
Once I'm out of sight from Zoe and Kai, I teleport away. I feel my feet get swept up and I start being pushed by a current of magic, quickly and quietly. All I can see is the orange glow of my magic. When my magic disappears, I can see I'm in my brother, Alex's room. He's laying on his bed, on his computer, wearing his obsidian purple hoodie and black jeans. His dark brown hair is longer and more messy than my orange hair. Alex is 3 years younger than me. I remember when he would smile and wear bright colors. But after I supposedly died, he walked off. He doesn't talk to anyone if he doesn't have to, and wears dark colors. I thought if I talked to him and he knew I was alive, he'd be happy again. But I guess he can't be fixed. Every once in a while I like to check in on him. Last time I showed up, he said some crazy things. I hoped he would still be here today. To my great relief, he is. I want to come with you, I tell him.
Malcolm, leave me alone. You can't come with me.
Alex flat up says. Then don't leave. Stay here. I don't want you to turn yourself in. They'll just kill you, I desperately tell him. A few weeks ago, Alex found out that Dedex was after him. He thinks it would be a good idea to just show up to their doorstep and turn himself in.
So? Then I can be with Mila. They'll find me eventually. This is better for everyone.
Alex says. Turning yourself in is practically suicide. You don't even remember Mila that much. How is that what you want? I desperately say.
Stop being selfish,
Alex says with no emotion. I'm the selfish one? What about Mom and Dad? You can't leave them too. You're the only one they have left, I tell him, attempting to make a point.
Mom and Dad will be fine without me. They were fine without you and Mila. This is for the safety of you and them,
Alex says, still with no emotion in his voice. What the hell is wrong with him? Do you even hear what you're saying? I watched this family after I died. Nothing good came from it. Do you not remember, or something? Just come with me to the refuge, I shout at him.
Dedex already knows I exist. It won't be long until they find me. My position is flags. They will kill me if I don't turn myself in. If I do, I may live.
The only way you'll live is if you agree to work with them, I tell him flatly.
Then be it.
Are you serious? Those people kill. They almost killed me. They almost killed Kai. They killed Sarah. They killed Kai's parents. They killed Mila. And she was only 4. 4!
Shut up, Malcolm! Get out of my room!
Alex screams, finally showing some sort of emotion, sorrow and anger. No, I tell him. Not until you agree not to go.
Fine, I won't.
Alex says. I see his eyes twitch. Don't lie to me, Alex. I yell at him.
I have somewhere to be.
Alex says. He gets off his bed and tries to go to the door. I block him from getting out. Not until you promise not to go, I tell him.
Too bad.
Dark purple surrounds Alex, and he disappears into his magic before I can move. God damn it, Alex.
Kai's view.
I'll be right back.
Zoe tells me. Where are you going? I ask her.
To find Magus and Malcolm.
Zoe tells me. She starts walking to the door when Malcolm walks in.
What took you so long?
Zoe asks.
I couldn't find him.
Malcolm replies. He looks a little distressed. What happened?
Did you check his office?
Zoe asks with an obvious tone.
No.
Malcolm replies. I swear, he seems a bit off.
Then he's probably there. Come on.
Zoe says, a bit annoyed. She takes this as a chance to storm out of the room. I roll my eyes and follow her, and Malcolm follows after me. I sink more back to where Malcolm was walking, and when I thought Zoe was far enough away not to hear us, I spoke. What's wrong? I ask him.
What do you mean?
Malcolm asks. You look distressed, I tell him.
It's just something with my brother.
Malcolm says. Last I remember, your brother's name is not Magnus, I tell him with a smirk.
I didn't try to find Magnus. Zoe doesn't like it when I go to see Alex, so I have to lie to her usually, and I saw it as an opportunity and went for it.
Then why do you seem distressed? I ask him. Malcolm doesn't respond to me. Malcolm, come on, I'm your best friend. Or was. Are we still best friends?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, the point is, you can tell me anything, I tell him.
Alex wants to turn himself in.
Malcolm says. I stop in my tracks. What? I almost scream. Malcolm gives me a look like, shut your mouth, and I just look at him.
He said it would be better for everyone if he did, and I'm worried he'll actually do it.
Malcolm says in a solemn tone. He will die if he turns himself in, I tell Malcolm, still bug-eyed.
He's more powerful than me, even if I don't want to admit it. I can't stop him, even if I try by force.
Malcolm says, looking at the ground. He's always said white lies. I'm sure it'll be fine, I tell him. Maybe. I don't know how Alex is now. He probably still thinks I'm dead.
He's different from before the event. He wears dark colors.
Malcolm says. What? I ask. Alex wearing dark colors is like day being night.
He's changed drastically. I'm worried for him.
Malcolm says.
What the hell are you two doing just standing there looking like you just saw a puppy die?
Zoe asks, practically jumping out of nowhere. I almost jump out of my skin, and Malcolm flinches.
Nothing?
Malcolm stumbles his words out.
Then why do you two look like you saw a puppy die or something?
Zoe asks.
It's really nothing.
Malcolm quickly speaks.
If you say so.
Zoe says.
Now come on. I have things to do today.
Like what?
Malcolm asks.
You never have anything to do.
Nothing you need to know about.
Zoe says and walks away. Always dramatic. I raise my eyebrow. You just got roasted by my sister, bro.
Stop trying to be a meme.
Malcolm walks off. I run after him. Oh, come on. I know you find it funny, I tell him. Malcolm snorts.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
Malcolm admits. Now that's the Malcolm I know.